ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblin of all ages, welcome back to another edition of the greatest goddamn D&D stream on this world and the next. Welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs. Oh, yeah. My name is Rod, and I like to party, but you don't know me as that, because I am Carlos Garcia, a.k.a. the nastiest dookie, and I'm the land captain, Rampoo McNasty. And of course, I ain't here alone, because I'm rocking with the Stormwreckers. Oh, yeah. You got Lexton Embershroud. You got Mentos Zermeister. You got Crick. And of course, to lead us along in this epic adventure, the greatest goddamn D&D DM in the land here, it's Nate Gonzalez. Take it away here.
Thank you, Mr. Rampoo McNasty. Yes, my name is Nate Gonzalez, and I also like to party.
No one parties. No one parties.
I know for a fact.
Welcome back, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, especially Johnny, Mr. Wilmore Chaddington, Mr. Wilma Chaddington, Mr. Crick. Happy to have you with us, and happy to have all you guys with us as well. Let's get back into where we left off last week. Our adventurers, the Stormbreakers, received a message from Gorak, their companion from Goradia, about the location of the Shadow Exchange, this kind of shady underbelly market that travels and moves across the outskirts and of realm space and in wild space out here. And receiving those coordinates and realizing that they're quite close by to you guys, you pivoted from traveling to the Great Hunt to make a stop over there. And with some kind of retcon plans and figuring some things out, you're able to piece together that you guys actually had a soul coin on you, a item that is used for some sort of illicit trade at the Shadow Exchange. And so as you guys traveled another day or so, making your journey over to there, let me go ahead and move your guys' map over to that scene. I believe it's this one. Yeah, you guys kind of make your journey on over to this floating barge of rusted platforms, all spelljammer pieces held together by these arcane chains. The Shadow Exchange is this place that you see before you. No signs marking its destination, but here it is in front of you, hidden out from the unwanted eyes. But you can feel the tension as you guys approach and see kind of the neon glow of this kind of esoteric trading city. And as you guys are beginning to make your descent, getting closer and closer to it, any sort of plans or discussions prior to making your way actually there? And maybe discussion of what you guys are planning to do here fully and what your guys' mission is, and if you have any things that you want to get yourself prepared with for that.
Are we fully docked yet?
Nope, you guys are still approaching.
Beautiful.
And how many days to the Great Hunt from this point?
3 from here.
3
Oh,
points.
that was one.
And we're a day and a half from there?
That's about correct, yeah.
Okay. All right. So my first moment of action would be see where I could potentially buy some things to stock up for the Great Hunt. Get some shopping in, eh?
I mean, this is probably a good place to buy a couple pieces, but I think we need to keep an eye out for this kind of group that worships the mirror. I still don't think we know their name.
You certainly don't.
Well, at least we have the insignia, which they kind of brand.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think our initial goal was to kind of see if we could maybe infiltrate their ranks with our soul coin and see if we can get to I forget her name, but wasn't there one person of importance that might be here?
Elthara.
Althara. Yeah. Yeah, because I
Well,
remember your god kind of mentioned some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she sure did. Where the heck did
there,
you
there
just
has to be a sketchy bar or tavern here somewhere where people like to meet up and discuss, not so legally savvy things. So
Oh, there's a lot of sketchy shit here, so that shouldn't be
we
too
should
hard.
exactly. So we should find a tavern, get a drink, and do some recon from there.
We also want to keep a low profile, though.
Yeah. Don't get
As
too
we're
hammered.
approaching, like, I guess any sort of
We get that fun drunk.
little
Yeah.
dock or slip, um, would I notice us drawing any um attention to, I guess, any bystanders around?
You guys aren't quite at that position yet, but Manta will keep an eye out for that as you guys are approaching for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, just want to give you guys some time to be able to discuss and plan real quick.
Oh.
Was there? You're talking about kind of infiltrating and whatnot, Gratz's people and learning more from them. Was there anything else that you guys needed or wanted to do in regards to them or anything?
Yeah, so if and when we find Althara or Bashir, anyone like of significance with that group, what's kind of the plan of approach?
We use the Ring of the Ram and be like, hey, we know your organization's looking for some relics. We have something that might be of interest, and maybe strike up a conversation there.
I will add, though, if I recall what your god said the other day, Langston, some who trade in the shadows seek light still. There might be someone within the organization that could be an ally.
That's true. Could see if there's somebody on our level.
Well, do you think they would have a soul coin or something themselves? How would we know?
I think we would just look out for them, or look out for anyone branding that insignia. We have a soul coin ourselves. But I think trying to find that potential said ally is just simply a matter of finding anyone with that branding.
I don't know. The problem is, if they're here, they're not to be trusted. So that makes.
That's why we got to kind of keep a low profile. Maybe
I
get
agree,
some disguises going. We do have
they
two
shouldn't be
disguise
trusted.
kits. I myself am not using one of them, as I feel like I can get around pretty elusively on my own.
I'm a
I
pretty
will
good
be.
hider, but I should probably do something to make myself look a little different.
Yeah, I think Crick said he might put butter instead of on the inside, on the outside of his shell. Might work. I don't know.
I may have a little juice for this squeeze.
I don't know how that would help anything, but go right ahead. Here's the thing: I am a dragon, so regardless whether you put anything on me, I'm still gonna be dragon shaped. So, but
Yeah, but okay. There's a lot of dragonborns, but there's only one Rampu. As long as you kind of, add a little flair, maybe be a little zesty, change your get up.
ooh, I got you. I've never done this before. It's been me.
Yeah, so
It's
be
fun.
like,
Cool.
okay,
I got it.
bullshit
Yeah,
McStinky or something. I don't know.
No, this would be cool. I don't get it, but yeah, this would be fun. Yeah. I start getting. I go into my makeup kit, my disguise kit, and I start changing myself a bit. And I'm gonna put on like a little twirly mustache on me, kind of like a classic Captain Hook, you know. I'm gonna put like thick, like Eugene Levy type eyebrows on me, and they're gonna
But
be.
don't forget these large fake eyelashes that you could blow any of us off this ship with.
But the eyebrows will be like on mad, so I'm always angry. And then I'm
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
would
kind of
just
like,
say that.
This lipstick tone would go great with your scales.
I like it. I start like kind of changing myself a bit to go fully darker and very Captain Hookish for some reason.
Incredible. Go ahead and make a performance check as you do that, Rampo. You are not
Okay.
proficient in this tool set.
Would I
so
would
to
I
speak.
be able to give him the help action while I was kind of being like, oh, these eyelashes and lipstick?
Sure, yeah, as we kind of give him some input and direction as well.
And
And
just
I'm
kinda-
gonna-
I feel like I'm like a mom with like the middle school son. Like, yeah.
So that would
The
give
hair.
me advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that that? Okay. $13.
Bad. As you are putting on, the set and everything, yeah, the eyebrows, are definitely bushy. And as Manta is observing, you actually realize that you might have used the mustache set instead of the eyebrows on there. They pass, but definitely interesting looking. And if someone was to glance at you, pass by, certainly, if they were to recognize who Rampu was, they would not recognize you in this instance, at least. The disguise is definitely at least working.
All right. How do I look? How do I look, you guys? Can you tell it's me?
Better.
You look like someone.
I just said doing
You look
like-
good.
So what's your name and how are you gonna talk?
Oh, don't worry. I'm saving it for showtime. Actor never reveals his tricks before, showtime.
Varus sounds like a good name for you.
That's kind of gay, but I don't know. Not really for me. I got something good though. Don't worry. It'll be great.
It's a callback, everyone.
wrong
Don't
with
worry.
that.
So excited. He's like, you can see Rampu's like, honestly, like,
Happy Pride
almost too
Month.
excited. This is the most fun he's ever had.
Langston, your turn.
Oh gosh. That's right, I'm using one of these. We need a disguise. So we've got like a Captain Hook over here. I mean, heck, I'm kind of go with the flow. What do you think? What would be just a disguise for me?
Someone who would be like Captain Hook's nemesis.
Nemesis? Or wait, aren't we supposed to be like on the
Yeah,
same?
we're supposed to be friends.
No, I'm just
Um,
saying you dress like that, like green, maybe like light on your toes.
Okay, do I? You're giving me
You
looks
have
that
pointy
say I
ears.
should be in like real
Isn't that
green
already
tights.
you, Manto? Shmi,
I was
yes.
thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, I think when I start to do, I see him do Captain Hook, and I'm just like, all right, well, and then I'll like see there's like some things for some sideburns and a tiny pair of eyeglasses and like this almost red nightcap, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? This will cover the red hair. It'll just be a full hat. This is fine. I'll see that there's a shirt entirely too small that only goes up, so like still leaving my belly showing. I'm like, yeah, you know what? We gotta roll with it. Put on some green trousers, and so I'll take off my socks and boots and slide on some sandals, and I'll look like Smee. And yeah, you have a full-on 6'1" Smee next to Captain Hook over here.
Incredible. Make a performance check as well for me.
And do
That
performance.
is one of
That's
the
not
best
good.
gifts I've ever seen.
Could I, as he's kind of like meddling his shoes and stuff, just kind of like, even though it's cloth, like I kind of like solder it a little bit and just kind of help him out with his.
Yeah, sure.
costume.
Langston, go ahead and roll it one more time if you'd like.
Woo!
Nice.
15 it is.
15 it is indeed. Yes, at first, as you slip the shoes on, they're a little bit loose on you as you try to go dance around, and Crick gives you a little bit of a helping hand, tightens that up, gets you nice and stitched up, and sure enough, you step back into it, and you start, or imagine at least Langston, start flinging around and dancing, just like,
I'm dancing, and I don't know what, like, I can't remember what Smee sounds like, so I think the accent I'm gonna put on for this, I'm just gonna sound like from Despicable Me. That's gonna just be the accent to hide my voice. That's all. I can't do a Smee impersonation.
You guys see?
Good, because I had no plans of doing a Captain Hook one either. So.
Oh, I thought we had to change our voices.
Yeah.
We will.
Don't you worry, Captain. We are going to find the Shadow Exchange.
You see Langston
That's
wearing a
ridiculous.
crop top with these gray sideburns sticking out of his red knit cap, glasses sitting on the tip of his nose, and surely same as like Rampu. If you got, someone who knew who Langston was and walked on by or took a glance at him, they would not recognize this Ebenezer Scrooge of a Shmi as being Langston himself. And with these disguises set and some talk of the plans in mind, as the ship begins to descend closer and closer to the drifting remnants out here. Anything else prior to you guys making that full descent as you guys feel the ship slowing down?
So I just want to make sure: are we trying to find the people who are in the light while being in the shadows, or are we just gunning straight for the Shadow Exchange, like the group of the man? I want to make sure we're all on the same page here, and I think I've got some things lost in translation. I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like we're gonna try to infiltrate Shadow first, and then look for
Okay.
our allies while we do so.
Okay,
Yeah,
and we stop for that at the bar.
That's right.
Okay.
And just so I know, the Gilded Eye is not the Mira people, right?
No.
They're in
We-
charge of this place for the most part, if I understand.
That's not something that's been said or anything, but the Gilded Eye, they run the vaults of Karsus, at least. You guys have learned.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Zorvax, the Beholder with the golden eye himself, is the leader of that, and Big Gino works underneath of him.
Yep.
And they deal with
And-
mostly slave trade kind of stuff.
And unbeknownst to Crick, they're the ones who put out the thing for him, right?
Correct.
Posters.
That Garganel got. Okay, that's why that name seemed familiar.
So kind of going into this knowing that people might notice me, basically this entire time my helmet is completely down. And since the last time we really kind of met people, when I came out last time with now I've got the shield on my armor and it's a little slicker. It's different looking armor, so I'm just kind of hoping nobody can notice that I'm me with my face mask down the entire time
Okay.
for now.
Sounds good. The Spelljammer slowly drifts on down. You guys see the dim lanterns and lights flickering, casting long shadows throughout here, hanging steam and smoke. Let's get closer. The smell is odd, kind of like burnt metal. And you get closer, Manto, you're looking and trying to see if anyone's watching you. It seems like, the air is still. Maybe a couple eyes kind of glance under the neon lights, but nothing like kind of longing or, kind of like a malicious kind of manner or anything like that.
Yeah, like we're not sticking out like a sore thumb to
Certainly.
these people.
Yeah, just kind of like another ship approaching, kind of give it a quick glance and get back to what you're doing kind of thing. And as you guys get on closer and closer, the ship kind of stops maybe about 50 feet away. Not a place exactly for you guys to dock to. And Topula kind of greets you guys and it's like, not sure if I can get much closer than this. I think you might either have to take the dinghy that you guys have, or potentially if you feel like safe teleporting yourselves there. It's up to you. Just not sure if I can get much closer. That's it.
Could we float?
I think we
I was gonna say if it's within our airspace of our, I guess, airship, can we just float?
I think you should be able to.
fly.
Well, actually, No, you won't be able to float. You'll be taken onto the same gravity plane as the Shadow Exchange itself. So where it dissects in the middle there.
We just
You would drop and kind of just bob at the surface, that horizontal area until you made yourself to the flat ground if you'd like. You can certainly give that a
Could-
try.
I
Could
mean,
we take the
how far is
bucket?
it? How far is it?
We're maybe 100 feet away, 60 to 100 feet.
All right, I got an idea. So I got some rope here. Let's see how much I got. Just 10 pounds of rope. Fuck.
You know, man, Captain, with all due respect, we can just take the dinghy.
That works.
Could-
Let's do that.
Could we take the bucket in?
No, it drives, Craig. It's on wheels. Doesn't fly.
I kind of look at it for a little bit. Ding a couple times. I guess it doesn't fly yet. We should take the dinghy for now.
one thing at
We
a
can
time,
take-
Crick.
Now.
As Flinch
I like where your head's at, Craig.
unleashes the rope from the dinghy and kind of lets it bob right outside of the space there for you guys. He kind of holds it in place. So, well, be safe, guys. If you need anything, Manto, do you think maybe you should connect with one of us or something?
You're brilliant. Yep, let's go ahead and do that then.
Well, he does that. I run on the
and-
boat. The dinghy. Captain first.
I believe it's a D10 now, but let me double check.
Well, look at you.
They did a right gift for their level 10.
Where is it? There we go.
This is for how many hours?
No, it's for it's just still a D8. There we go.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so if you need anything, Manto, just give us a message, and one of us or a couple of us, whatever you need, we'll make sure that we got your back.
Yep, confirmed. I will certainly keep you in the loop of everything.
Holding the boat as it kind of bobs around and waits for all you guys to get in before he gives it a push off.
And the moment I kind of get grounded with the entire Shadow Exchange, I imagine the moment I step foot, my carapace kind of immediately turns black and just kind of blends in with the shadows and all dark colors of the entire Shadow Exchange, as I'll be pretty much keeping the lowest possible profile I can, not even walking with the group, just kind of bobbing and weaving through the sides and alleys.
Nice. Yeah, as you guys make your way over, Manto's carapace changes its color. You guys step cautiously across this rusted deck plate as your guys' kind of feet and boots echo in the quiet. The Shadow Exchange, of course, is no marketplace of joy. It's kind of a drifting slum. All these shattered halls stitched together. You guys have the flickering mage lanterns and neon kind of lights kind of illuminating the way. As you guys begin to make your way through, you hear vendors sharpen knives behind curtains of incense. Veiled figures haggles over a cage containing some sort of twitching creature inside of it with a couple too many eyes. You see half-buried sigils glowing beneath your feet, whispers following your steps. No one meets your gaze, at least not for long. And this place, as you guys begin to walk around, you can tell it really doesn't just sell things. It sells secrecy and things that you don't find in just your standard kind of fare.
Well, I think it would be best for us to maybe make our way towards a market area or a tavern area.
I like it. Let's go.
Works for me.
Looking around to see if I can spot one from where where we're at.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check. Someone else wanted to say something?
I was just gonna see if we could tell by like this like pink signage up here if that would be like a hub. I know it's not really like hustle bustle, but if there were like people gathered where there's neon lights, typically how it goes in a big city.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a perception check as well, Langston.
Alrighty.
Rampu and Langston, as you guys both begin to look around, you notice the glowing neon sign. Rampu seems like he's already taken a few steps in that direction as he sees a few patrons beginning to spill out of there, drinks in hand. You can almost hear this kind of boom, 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 kind of rhythmic booming coming out of there as the door opens. A little bit of light spills out onto the streets as well, seemingly like some sort of club or something like that.
So go back to the club.
But
Looks a little loud. What we're looking for?
Is it a pink pony club?
Hard to infiltrate. Smoothly. They're bumping music that loud.
Rampu, as you're saying this,
think
you look around a bit more, and over to the right, down around the corner, you do see another tavern over in that direction as well. You see a sign out front called the Mourner's Drop.
I think that is more in tune with what we're looking for.
I could have sworn for a split second I heard Chappelle Rohan playing on the speakers though. Just saying.
That's a pretty good jam. Whole thing about the ponies makes me hungry a little bit, but
Ladies' eye on the prize. We'll get drinks and club later.
I swear to God. And this red wine supernova, it is on somebody's hands and it is not mine.
Let's just check out the Mourner's shop.
Fine.
All right.
Oh, sorry, right. We're in disguises, aren't we? I mean, that's...
very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Totally smooth.
You guys,
Oh, should have an accent!
as follow Rampu's lead, getting closer to this tavern. As you guys were walking over there, you pass through a couple of vendors and whatnot. You see a kind of like shifting man, a man whose like skin kind of shifts behind his clothing and whatnot. He's talking to someone here. He kind of has a bit of a raspy voice. Looks like he's got a table assorted of some sort of magical items in front of him. And as you look past him and see some other vendors set up as well, you can see, a whole like kind of array of potions and kind of ailments and kind of tonics and what have you from another vendor nearby. As you look around, you can kind of see in this area that there are a few others, of course, if you're interested in exploring further. But the tavern is right around the corner, and a fresh drink is always welcome for the Stormbreakers.
I look over at the magical table for a second and see if I recognize anything on there.
Let's see. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Let's see if you would recognize anything.
19.
19, nice. So you look over and you see inside of this one vial, at least, you notice there's this kind of sand, and as you guys are beginning to walk past it, you notice as your eyes are glancing at it, the sand almost appears to vanish within there. And you recognize this to be dust of disappearance. I believe one of you guys, you guys had it for the race prior, so something similar along those lines. At least you recognize that on there, which was a very useful item to you guys prior, and perhaps some of these other items could be useful.
I look at the, and I say under my breath, like, girl. And I walk up. It's like, guys, before we go in there, let's check this place out real quick. And I turn around and walk up to the vendor. And it's like, excuse me. Excuse me. Bonjour, senor. Excuse me. Can I have some help? And I start waving my handkerchief around.
He is doing an accent. He's killing it. Oh my god.
So he kind of walks on closer to you as he's rubbing his hands, and as he's rubbing his hands, as I mentioned prior, you can see the kind of shifting colors and hues underneath of that. He's wearing this mask, and he speaks beyond it. It's like, you're interested in some of my wares, are you?
Oh, fancy hands you have there. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why, I am Dr. Rampew McGaggins. And I am interested in your wares, please.
That's a very Daggerfordian accent, I hear.
You see he's got a couple of crates behind him, and he's got, of course, the table in front of him of the wares. He's like, I have some stuff here. I'm waiting on a delivery later. But if you'd like, and he begins to show you one by one. The dust of disappearance that he has, of course, you recognize that as he shows you that. He begins to show you this inkwell and a feathered tip kind of quill, and he picks that up, begins to dip that in the ink, and shows you as he writes on it, and the ink vanishes after he writes it, and he's like, he takes the paper and begins to shine it in the direction of like some moonlight, and as he does that, the letters begin to reveal back again. It's like, in case you need to, keep hushed words between people who unwanted eyes, shall I say. It's a good way to send messages without them being seen. And he begins to show you some other things like this.
I have a friend who can speak to minds. I can't. No need for this. But what else he got?
Shut the fuck up, man. You.
He begins to
speak up. Quiet back there.
he shows you
Go
this
on.
one. He's like,
As I was silent.
I just I did just get this ring yesterday. And he begins to show you this one, and with it you see this kind of swirling energy inside of it.
Ooh. Bring it closer. What is this ring?
Ask him if he has anything specifically from Gradia.
This ring that I acquired, the person that traded it to me said that there was a soul bound inside of it. Some sort of demon.
Oh, soul. Ooh, that's a little too scary for me, but anything from Gradia by any chance? I hear they have quite the deals there.
I don't ask where they come from. The less I know, the better.
Oh, but then how would you know if things are from fine backgrounds? This could just be sand from some stupid beach instead of real disappearing dust. How do I know?
See,
But I keep waving my...
I'm used to these questions and queries. He goes and reaches over into a crate and he pulls out this kind of metallic, two-pronged, kind of rectangular shaped thing. He holds it up to the ring, and you see it starts buzzing this high-pitched sound. This is an arcane detector, and the higher the pitched sound, the more valuable or powerful it is.
And I'm so excited, I kind of sound like the machine. It's like, okay, now we're talking, old chap. Now, how much for the machine and the disappearing sand over here?
The dust of disappearance would be 500 gold pieces. For the ring,
Okay.
that'd be 2,500 for the ring.
Could
Yeah,
I
that-
be, if before Rampu engages in this, can I be over his shoulder, kind of inspecting the ring to see, like, you mentioning, like, it houses a demon? Can I kind of check and see, like, am I getting a vibe for what kind of, like, demons in the ring? What the ring actually be doing? Is it a
No,
a
I'm
fastball
not
for our
taking
boy
the
Rampu?
ring. I'm taking the Arcana machine here. Look. It makes funny sounds. The more Arcana there is.
Oh, no.
Love it.
This is a personal piece, not for sale.
What? But that's what I want. You want
Yes.
the ring with a soul? I've seen them, so many of those. They're always sad, lonely souls. No one wants those.
The ring is for my use of course, when I have questions from buyers such as yourself wondering if the value and the rarity of my arcane goods. I understand you might be able to find one at another vendor, but if you're not interested in any of my goods, I understand. But as you guys are all standing here and whatnot, Manta, you, with your keen perception, do notice that one of the crates behind him seemed to have one of the six-fingered stamps on it.
If you inquire about the six-pronged crate, ask what's in there.
Oh, chap. And I point to it. What's in that one? Looks interesting. Looks a little different.
Kind of turns his head and looks over at it. Oh, yes. The gentleman that traded me this ring traded me some other goods that came inside this crate here. It's empty now. Everything is on the table for you.
Who was the gentleman, Rampu?
And you know the gentleman? I could perhaps do some business with him.
I believe his name was Flynn.
You recall the last any means?
No last name.
Perhaps, do you recall what he looked like?
Yes, he gave me this unsettling kind of feeling. Always this big smile on his face.
So he's Canadian. Go on.
He kind of looks at you. I'm not sure what that means. He kind of begins to look. If you want to know more, you're going to have to, I'm sorry, pay for that information.
Oh, don't worry. Why don't you can ring me up with the disappearing dust there, and we'll take care of the information after as well. But I am a paying customer. And I pull out the 500 gold of the disappearing dust and put it on the table.
Passes his back over to you. Very well. He, this kind of black cloak thrown over his body, slicked back hair. Not much more. Is human, if that's helpful. But I think I saw him going in that direction. He kind of points over to the club that you guys heard the booming music coming from.
You mean that disgusting swine pool? Fine, I guess we're going dancing, gals. And I look back at the crew.
Yeah, he turns around and I'm just like,
Langston is fully just like, thank you. Yes.
I look back at the guy, and I take out an additional 10 gold coins, and I give them to him. And I say, "Thank you for the information, old chap, and perhaps if you change your mind about that cool little Arcana whistle maker, give me a call."
Well,
Take it right off your hands.
I'm sure you could, as I mentioned, get one from another stall right down the road here. The vendors that buy stuff from the Black Talons, they get all sorts of these kind of strange goods like that. Very powerful energy kind of goods.
Right. Good to know.
As we're kind of concluding, and like I've been kind of like checking out this ring, would I have recalled seeing it in Vashir's ledger?
Let's see. Actually, yeah, Lynx, did you ever make a roll for asking about the ring? Also.
I did not because we made it sound like we was not looking to that, so I just held off. I didn't want to interfere with what he was looking into, but if I could, I would still like to just kind of gauge the status of the ring.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Certainly.
Uh,
Jesus, Murphy, can I roll above a 10?
15?
15's not bad. Yes, as you're looking at this, you definitely sense a dark energy coming from this ring. You're not exactly sure the type of creature, demon, or soul, or whatever that is bound to it, but certainly is not the one of good intentions.
Super. Definitely don't need that in our lives.
Manto, as you are kind of reeling back in your mind, go make a history check for me. Unless you have something to yourself allude to or whatever.
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you recognize the ring? If not, then make a history check.
Fuck.
Okay.
Starts going through notes.
Exactly. All right. So, yeah, no.
It's good.
Mhm.
While all this is happening, could Crick maybe pop out the ledger that he kind of has? I mean, he's not
Didn't
even
it disappear?
talking to
Didn't
him.
it like turn into something?
No.
No, I have the ledger from the pirate ship. So while all this kind of conversation is going on, could I kind of just step back and not be seen? Just kind of graze through the ledger.
The one from the
As a help
ship,
action.
right?
Yeah, from the ship. That's all I have is the one from the ship.
Okay.
Just kind of as a way to help. I don't want to but as a help action.
Sure, yeah. As you're kind of looking through the ledger on the ship to try to help him out with this, you don't see anything that connects to anything along the lines of a ring or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, with this, though, you're like,
okay.
what's up?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna ask if that was for me or for Crick's little thing, but then it sounded like you were about to go off my roll.
No, that was like for Crick, because in that ledger it doesn't say anything along the lines of anything with a ring or whatever.
Gotcha.
But, so, as you guys are kind of flipping through stuff real quick and looking at the ring, looking at the crate, and back down as Rampu's, dealing with this, like I mentioned, you guys see all sorts of other stalls and goods and whatnot around too, and a couple stalls down, kind of, I would say, Manto probably really catch your eye as you see kind of these, not just your eye, but just like, because it's kind of a technology or exotic kind of weaponry that you guys have never seen before. As you see these kind of like different types of firearms laid out on a table. It looks like they all have some sort of like kind of not your typical, you're used to black powder kind of firearms. These seem to be some sort of planner technology, some sort of energy created technology. Very futuristic.
Look at the guns. And look back at... Lad, why did you not point attention to these before? These are majestic.
I mean, they're a couple stalls down. They're not this guy's table or whatever. He sees you looking, eyeing them. He's like, "Yeah, I told you. That's probably where you can buy one of these arcane detectors if you'd like to."
Ooh. Say no more. And I turn from him into this vendor. And I say, excuse me, good lad. Good vendor, bonjour. Good vendor.
He's kind of helping someone else right now as they're kind of going through and looking at some sort of these very there are a bunch of pieces like metal scrapped together. You see tubing coming off of one part going into a barrel, and then you see like these kind of like batteries set off to the side that look like they fit into the bottom of the guns and whatnot. And each one of them had their own kind of flair. You look over and you also see what looks like kind of like a kind of almost like a flashlight on the table there. Some sort of like cylindrical kind of metal shaped, almost like a sword hilt or something.
And the guy is helping everyone else. I look back at the crew. And I just say, what's that? If they don't help you within 30 seconds, your gun is free? Well, I love this deal at the store. And I start like reaching towards stuff.
As you
This
start,
is very interested in this new technology, by the way.
yeah. As you begin to reach for something, immediately you hear the as a gun gets pointed up in your direction. As he's not even looking at you. If you touch anything, and think about moving it without asking, I had the right to fucking blow your brains out.
Ooh.
I really thought he was gonna say, we just have to buy it. That's not where I thought that was going.
Well. Someone's a little feisty. I see he does hear the customer. I am trying to perhaps take some of those off your hands, so, use it for something coming up soon. I just look at him.
He looks at you. Well, go ahead and take a look. Don't touch. I'll be right with you. And he begins to continue talking to the person that he's talking with. And you see them kind of discussing. The person who's speaking with him kind of hands him a bag. And then he kind of puts it off to the side, tucks it away, and gives him a bit of a nod. And he goes back over to you guys after this kind of conversation is done. He begins to take a deep breath. The name is Vok. How can I help you?
Would I hear anything that he was saying to that person, or tell what was in that bag at all?
Make a perception check. Anyone that wanted to check that out or see?
Perception. Oh yeah, 25, motherfucker.
He does not need me.
Yeah, as they're speaking, you hear a little bit of hushed tones and see them kind of speaking in a bit of a you don't have thieves can't, right? It's a language. It's a kind of a dialect. So yeah, they begin to speak to each other, but you don't understand exactly what they're saying. But with the 25, you get the gist of that. It's some sort of undercover trade that they're doing. And as you see, he hands over the man that's speaking to Vac. He hands him a satchel. You see, and on the satchel is a black talon kind of insignia on that.
Ooh, in my head, I'm still doing the accent because I'm like so in the character. I say, Manto.
Even before he says my name, I would have heard them kind of begin that trade, and I would have my antennas would have immediately perked up, and with me knowing thieves can't, I would actually have try to listen in on what they were doing and saying.
Nice. Go ahead and make a perception check also then.
Yes. Well, so hold on, that would be a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, cool. So you hear them speaking, and like I said, they're kind of doing this kind of very disguised kind of discussion, but as you're able to hear him say, these items were no good for the mirror. Or so they say. I don't know. I try not to get involved with them, but if you want to get rid of these here, pass them down along, take them for you, whatever you need. And kind of looks over at him, and that's when you saw him, like, kind of give him a nod as he took the bag and put it off to the side. And
was the Black Talon bag the one with, I guess, the goods in it?
Yes. I'm sorry, I said that this one was a Black Talon. This should have been a six-fingered hand on this bag, not
Okay,
Black
yeah.
Talon. My apologies.
And then I would, with our telepathic communication going on, I would say, buy the bag.
So good sir. Good sir.
Say you love that bag.
I cannot help but to see you do some business, and I just love that bag. It is beautiful. May I please ask you how much it would take to buy it off your hands, please?
Kind of looks at you, he's half orc. He's got these kind of infernal tattoos going up his arm. Looks at you.
And I wave my handkerchief. It's beautiful.
You're interested in my bag when we have, and kind of just gestures at the table in front of him. He's like, we have the Void Pulse Carbine, we got the Hellbore Cannon, we got the Chimeric Slug Rifle, we got the Astral Displacer Bow, we've got,
Yes, and I will also buy one of your fancy little gadgets here. But I also want that bag.
Did you say Chimeric Slug Rifle?
You're interested.
This here is my buyer's crew. I tell them what to buy, we buy it. So yes, but I also want that bag. How much is that bag? Let me buy that bag.
It's like, you want the bag, or it's like, you want what's in the bag?
Well, both, silly buns. You gotta get both. It's a
Mr. Bag
two
Bargain. Mr. Bag
deal.
Bargain.
It's a mystery bag bargain of the century. What's in the
MBB
bag?
for
It could
short,
be a
MBB
boat.
for
It could
short.
be anything. Ah, that's half the battle.
Kind of looks at you and then kind of turns his back
No,
to you.
no peeking.
It's like,
Can't peek.
I need to know
Cheating if you
first.
peek. But then it's not a mystery bag if there's not a mystery.
Sounds good.
He cinches it tight and kind of feels the weight of it. Make an offer then, Fancy Pants.
I'll give you 500 gold pieces for it right now.
Tucks it back away.
Well saw.
Don't fucking waste my time.
What about 1,200?
Looks back at you. Getting warmer.
And we also want to buy guns, so.
If you're starting at 500, I don't think you can afford one.
Well, I just don't know what your prices are in this strange place. You know, you charge quite a big amount of money for a man in such a below standard establishment, so I just don't know your prices. But please, humor me, old chap. Tell me what things are worth here.
Well, if you're interested, actually, if you got the money, you can see it show around. This the laser pistol here is 3,000 gold pieces. The rifle, 6,000. He begins to pull out the kind of like flashlight looking kind of handle thing. He's like, this, and he goes, kind of flings it in your direction, and you see this light source shoot out and end right inches in front of your face as you hear this buzzing, humming kind of sound emanating from it. This is a neutron blade.
Yeah.
New technology.
Whoa! It looks almost like a kind of saber of light, which I can only say in that order because I don't want to get sued. I like it. Now, how much is this? shiny sword thing?
3,000 for the blade.
Ooh.
Can I say in our head, guys? I don't know how to tell you this. I kind of want a light sword. This kind of sounds sweet. I'm weak.
I like real like, I guess like stealthily. I would just place a couple items in Rampu's hand and be like, here, trade, offer these up.
Oh,
And it would be Decanter of Endless Water and Ring of Spell Storing.
before we go further, what's in the bag?
Oh, shut.
Correct.
You want to know what's in the bag? Or are you guys interested in the mystery of it?
I'd like the mystery, but all right, we can see what's in the bag, and then we'll make you an offer. But no, be a big mistake.
Begins to open it up, and like I said, he can feel like the weight of it a little bit, and he dumps the contents onto the table right in front of you guys, and you see that
Guys,
there.
I like scan and see if there's anything, like, you know.
Yeah, you see that there's a
Useful.
first thing that stands out because it's the largest of them all is this kind of idol, like a gold idol. You notice it's this kind of a chained figure in these kind of tiny mithril chains. Very kind of like deific, kind of like godly in essence, but seemingly like a darker kind of one.
Do I recognize the deity that it's like made after? Would I have any inclination as to who the god might be, or what this idol?
Make an art or make a religion check.
Yay! My best thing. Only
Nice.
25.
As you see this kind of like symbol, this kind of swirly, kind of smoky kind of symbol, like this, almost like fractal like. And with that in mind, and the chains binding this idol, you recognize it as Tharizdun, the chained god of the abyss. Also is sometimes known as the Elder Elemental Eye.
Oh.
But I'll also say with a 25, actually no, yeah, well, it's probably all that with that. You know that it also, it's emanating this kind of dark energy off of it for sure.
Hi. Okay. My sense is going off. I'll just say it in everyone's noggin. I'll be like, hey gang, bad juju from the idol. There might be more stuff in there, but that one, no dice.
Also in the bag, poured out onto the table, you notice a band or another ring. Seems to have some sort of alien kind of runes inscribed around the edges of it. Begins to look at it. He picks it up, takes a bite. Oh yeah. Ooh. This is powerful stuff. He puts it back down there. Kind of looks at it. Back down at the kind of runes on it. Is that Githyanki writing? Interesting.
The guy that handed him the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd he go?
We're a horrible
still here?
time to time out.
He has turned around and left the scene here. If anyone was watching where he went, of course you can try to make a perception check or something.
I guess, like, we don't know what they said, right? So Crick's just kind of staring at him as he walks off.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Try to watch him. He's, as it describes, kind of got this black robe thrown over and seems shifty, shady.
Perception. Mouse is dying.
Oof.
Deuces.
Nice. Yeah. As
Nat 20.
There it
Crick
is.
watches through the crowd, and you see he throws over his cloak over top of his head, and you notice like the tip of the cloak through the crowd, and just like kind of like a beagle's white tip tail going through the grassy meadow, you follow that tip of the cloak through the crowd as you watch it end up beyond or behind actually the Nightmare Club.
Ah!
I just kind of say to everybody, I think we need to head to the Pink Club. We should close this up soon. But do we want a gun? I want a gun.
Or a light sword?
To be
Well-
fair, I feel like a gun would be more useful for the hunt.
Well, to be fair, I think Manto would use whatever we get out of here. Gun or sword?
Well, again, if we're doing a hunt, we can't do it with a sword. That's ridiculous.
What do you?
I've got a gun.
I feel like my best bet would be
What's that?
upgrading
would-
my.
I
I
would
would
think
probably
long-term.
upgrade my revolver to one of these guns. I'm just kind of skeptical about the way it works.
Yeah, can
No
we see a
powder.
test run with these guns here?
So I imagine this is all like technology we've never seen
Mm-hmm.
before. Could like Crick he's a tinker. He loves this kind of shit. He doesn't necessarily touch it, but he kind of like puts his like hands over it. And he's looking at the guy, and it's just kind of in that like look of like, can I feel this kind of thing going?
He looks at you as you're kind of being like very slow. He's like looks around and makes sure there's no one else at the table, like ready to ask him any question or need any help or anything. All right, little buddy. But do not take it away from the vicinity of the table.
I'm gonna pick up a pistol. And you said there's like a rifle there as well,
Yes.
or I'm sorry. I guess we're psychically connected. I go, Manto, pick two: pistol, rifle, sword thingy.
Rifle. And
Yeah.
pick two. I really only need one.
Yeah, can we afford to? Let's give him one. All right, for
Well, it was
6,000
more.
gold pieces.
It was.
You buy me stuff, Crick.
To figure out which one you want. If you want a range weapon, I will pick pistol and rifle. If you want a mix, and then you will pick one from what I pick.
Rifle pistol.
Rifle, pistol. Okay, so I pick up the rifle and the pistol. I feel them in my hands, and I try to get a sense of like how much whack is in these fucking things. And I mean, obviously, the rifle has more range, but I'm just trying to get a sense of like what's going to be best for Manto, knowing my buddy.
Yeah. So as you pick them both up, the pistol is obviously much lighter than the rifle. The rifle's maybe 3 times as heavy as the pistol. They both, look very kind of future tech, cyberpunky, neon tubing kind of going off the side, feeding off of like the bottom of like the handle up into like the barrel. And the gentleman points out to you, the half-orc. So yeah, so what you use is one of these energy cells, which we sell, of course, also. You place them into the bottom there, kind of like a standard clip, as they call it, in a magazine and another gun. And this fuels the energy for the laser. You get about 50 shots out of each cell here, and he kind of sees you looking at him. It's like, yeah, so the rifle definitely gets you further shot, more powerful too, but of course it absorbs more of that energy. The pistol, a little less powerful, a little less range, but you get more out of the energy cells.
I pick the pistol up and I just kind of like point it directly in the sky, and I just kind of look at the guy. Is the first one free?
He looks at you. Well, he grabs your hand first. He's like, it's not loaded. I'm not a fucking idiot. He pulls it back towards him real quick, and he's like, here, I'll show you. And he grabs a clip off the side real quick, and he holds it up. And you guys watch as he squeezes the trigger, and pew! Laser pistol shoots up into the sky, and it just kind of vanishes into the air after a bit of time. And you guys see this kind of, brilliant, radiant light shooting out from it. And, it's like, don't want to be on the receiving end of one of these, is all I gotta say.
Is that like 1, 2, 3 times as more powerful as his pistol?
It's definitely, yeah, it's probably like, you can make an Arcana check, actually. Let's see.
Do.
Nice. Yeah, so you would imagine it's probably like close to maybe. What's your pistol do, Manto? 1d6?
No, it's 2d8.
2d8. Gotcha. Yeah, it's. Let me do the math real quick. It's not twice as powerful, not 3 times as powerful, but it definitely has its own skill set. And like you said, we don't want to be on the receiving end of it. As he jumps in to add on to that, it's like if you're able to hit someone and they don't go down right away with it, it will slow them down a little bit at least, and then help you on your next shot too. That's to say, it has the Vex property.
And I think the other one is a little bit slower. I just kind of think back in my mind, back to Manto. So we're sure pistol over rifle? Or a rifle over pistol?
That was pistol that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I would like reach out my hand and be like, do you mind? Like, check out the pistol.
It looks at it, jumps the energy cell out of it. Give it a go.
And like I'm holding like my pistol and this pistol like side by side, kind of like spinning them around. Is like judging from like the iron sights, is it comparable in range based off of like that?
What's the range on yours?
40 and then 120 parentheses.
Yeah, you feel like it's probably the same kind of range. Another pistol.
Are you sure that's your pistol, not the laser pistol?
The pistol would suffice.
Okay. And how much was this bad boy?
3,000 for that.
Just quickly, I look over at Manto. I look over the pistol. Does it come with an energy cell?
First one's on the house.
That's what I thought.
That's what I'm talking about. And I just start throwing gold on the table.
Wait.
Take the pistol and kind of hand it over to Manto.
Why don't I trade this one in?
Oh. I'm already throwing gold on the table.
Oh, and he sees you handing over the gun too. He's like, oh, one at a time. He starts to count the gold and whatnot. Put in piles of 100 as he counts it out on the table right there. Did you want to make a trade too, or he kind of looks at it. Never mind. And he starts counting the gold and puts it down on the table right there. He's like, 3,000 it is. Sets you up with an energy cell, clips it into the pistol, and puts it inside of a kind of like metal case that has a foam interior as well. It sits like in a perfectly cut out shape of the gun there. He places it nice and sealed as he closes the lid shut, and he skirts it on over to Manto. There you go. You got yourself an official futuristic Black Talon laser pistol.
Ooh, and you said we couldn't afford it. Oh, you silly goose.
I said that you couldn't afford it, and I still stand by that.
I could if I wanted it.
It's like, well, we have other goods here if you're interested.
But no, now you've hurt my feelings. Goodbye. And I walk away.
He's like, okay, just gonna let you know about all the kind of. Oh, never mind. You don't care. Okay.
The bag. We want the bag still.
Fine, I want to see what's in the bag.
Oh, I showed you the contents. With this ring and this idol. And he pulls out. Oh yeah, and then it looks like we got it's this like piece of fabric. There's a cloak in here too.
Ooh. I look at the cloak. See if it's just a special cloak or a normal cloak.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything.
You make an Arcana check. You see it's like black, and as he kind of pulls it out and kind of shakes it out a little bit, you can see it. Let's see what you roll.
14.
14. You see it kind of like it's very lightweight. It kind of like almost like silk in fabric. And as he picks it up and holds it up, you can see it kind of billows in the wind. And as it does, the cosmic winds here, it just kind of almost drifts away, like out of your guys' sight, and then it comes back into place right there. So, ooh, that's an interesting thing. As he puts it back down, you're not sure what it does, Mantic, or Rampy rather, but definitely has some sort of arcane nature to it.
I'm not sure. This seems to be a nice but mostly plain blanket. I am rather cold. How much would it be for this?
For this, let's see. I could probably, I don't know. We just got it, so he kind of looks around. 600. I don't know.
600? But look at it. It's just a plain blanket. It's worth at most 10 coins. Look at it. It's all dirty too. I have to wash it. There's a little hole in it.
Kind of holds it up. Yeah, a little dirty, but just give it a cleaning, and this thing will treat you nicely. I can tell. Kind of throws it over his body and feels it, and
Look at that. Doesn't even cover your nipples. Good lord, sir. Put it away.
takes it off.
Feed
Okay.
5. Wait, you said 600. 5. Langston will chime in and be like 500.
So looks at it. Make a persuasion check.
Absolutely.
And I look like upset. Like, what?
I'll tap Rampu and be like, for sake of it, I'll be like, Master Rampu, don't worry, this is out of my own account for this one.
Gives it another
This is
smell.
not running your pockets of dime.
Yeah, 500. That's fine.
Done.
I would check out the original ring that the guy had along with the ring that was in the bag, and I would kind of hold them and compare the two. And do I get a sense that the ring that was not in the bag has a more, like, a stronger, like, arcanic power to it?
The one with the soul or the demon bound in it or whatever.
Yeah.
That was at a
Yes.
different table, so you can go back and compare if you want or whatever. But yeah, that one, this one that you see here, definitely seems less impressive. Just from at least just looking at it, appearance.
How much for just the bag, sir?
Just the bag? 10 gold pieces?
Deal.
Okay. Passes it on over.
We would have done it for 11.
So
No, I'm kidding.
was not planning on selling any of this. We just usually trade stuff from the Black Talons, all the, powerful armed goods that they produce and sell and create, and all good.
I don't see color. And then I run over to the other table. How much for that ring?
Begins to look back down. Oh, I'm sorry. The ring that you're interested in is no longer available.
How does that work? It was just here 2 minutes ago.
Yes, we had a purchaser.
You fucking kidding me?
No, that's how the market works.
Very well.
Okay, I am kidding you. It's here. He turns around and he puts it on the table.
Yeah, because I imagine I would have just been staring there.
Just like, all right.
So how much?
Oh, for this? I don't know if you... oof. I think this would have to be at least 5,000 gold pieces.
Dang.
Long off.
Price so steep made my boy DC.
Peace.
That's how it be.
Fucking Verizon kicked out because of the
And I
price.
will never smile again. So we lost Nemeth.
One shopping trip too much.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry. How much?
Oh, for the ring,
Yeah.
5,000.
All right. Listen here, buddy. I throw a couple things on. I throw my revolver down, ring of spell storing, and decanter of endless water. I just throw that on the table. What can you give me for this?
So I can knock off 1,500 for all that.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on, I'll pop over. I'll see Manto trying to haggle. I'll come down, and if he wants to use it, I'll slide the spell scroll of Control Winds in his hand,
This
and I'll be
too?
like, if you think we won't need this ever, I'm trusting your judgment on this.
Thank you.
Seeing as we kind of won the sprint, and that was our big use of this, I'm just gonna hand it to you and just hands up, and be like, it's off my hands now. This is on you. If we ever need it, not my problem. Hey guys, and I'll walk away.
If you can take all these items and 2,500 of my gold, you've got a sale.
Looks at you and looks at the items and make a persuasion check.
I'll smack Manto's ass on my way away and give him guidance.
Don't need it. But I'll
What?
take it anyways. D4.
Yeah, you might. It's a free D4.
22.
You're welcome.
Looks down at the ring and looks back up at you. And looks down at the items. This gun is interesting crafts work. It's a trained professional or someone self-taught? Anyways, sure, 2,500 in all this. Why not?
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. And
Was that with or without the scroll? Did you end up using that or no?
with the scroll?
The scroll.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me make sure I remove that from my inventory. Spell scroll. Oh my god, that thing went so fast. Okay.
I head back to the lads. I got what I want.
Well, all that's
Wait.
going because. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Mine's not important.
It is important. Well, so they go over there, and the guy in front of us just said that he just gets this stuff from the Black Talon. Craig just kind of immediately pipes up. Who's the Black Talon?
They're a group of engineers, scientists, arcanas, specialists. They run over in Belkin's Rim, over in Tears of Saluna. Got all sorts of high-grade military weaponry, and they're the leading creators of all this kind of future tech and weaponry and kind of robotics and what have you. I've actually even heard, these laser pistols here. I've heard that they're working on even bigger versions of them.
Oh. Are they headquartered here?
Oh, no. They, Belkin's Rim, another moon or planet or asteroid, whatever, over in closer to Toril is where they situated. They just, take some of their scraps and goods that they don't, make it on the assembly or make it to a production line, and I sell them out here, secondhand.
Well, they certainly do have very interesting technology. Does he have a six-fingered hand box anywhere in his area?
Make a perception check.
Or not even his area, but just an area that I can see to point to.
13. I mean, you did notice that on the satchel that Manto bought had one.
I just kind of point directly to that satchel and the six-figure saying, "That's not the Black Talon, right?"
Oh no. No, they're other folk. You see him
Who?
kind of being a little shifty as he says that.
Who are the other folk?
Kind of looks around. Look, between you and me, don't want to get in between anything, but they run out of the club over there, trading peoples, whatnot. I don't know. They sometimes give us some goods, as you saw here, the ring and this idol and the cloak that your friend bought.
Thank you.
Gives you a salute. Again, it's kind of don't ask any questions and don't get any problems yourselves kind of thing. I try not to poke prod where I don't belong. But kind of nods over back the direction of the Nightmare Club. All the people that the workers in there, all slaves.
Well, that's unfortunate. I guess they don't have a name.
I don't know. I haven't heard them called by any sort of name or whatever, but there's a man that brings the people in and out there. Kind of looks around, makes sure no one's listening. Bashir.
Crick just noticeably points up. He still has his visor down, so you can't tell who he is. Just noticeably becomes very erect. And
Craig, you good?
Well, I guess you're as rich as you're gonna get today. As Crick kind of turns around and just starts walking away slowly.
Well, wait. Before you go, they told me Manto might have heard this also. Or I guess maybe this came a little bit prior to you guys showing up. But the guy that came by earlier gave me this stuff. He said that said that these weren't marked for the mirror. I don't know.
Kind of look at all the goods that we didn't purchase. I guess they weren't strong enough. Have you ever heard them say that before?
I've heard, I don't know. There's a couple of people talking about, I don't know, asking questions at least. Nothing from any of them, but these strange types with these glowing brands on their palms. These an eyeball kind of thing.
What do they say?
Well, they've been interested in some of the people that they got there too.
So the people with the branded eyes on their hand are interested both in the goods and the people that are, kind of points over to the club, over there?
Nah, I'm sorry, I might cross some wires there. These people that I see, they're interested in, I don't know, you see a couple of them go in and they walk out with some of the workers there, and then you never see the worker come back ever again. I never see them dealing with any kind of goods, bringing some of their own and trading, but never leaving, or at least as heavily as interested in goods.
So they're human trafficking.
I'm not gonna put my nose in any business it doesn't belong in.
Langston is just like looking at him, but looking past him once he finds this out, and is just like, looks at Crick, he's like, we should go.
Then Crick kind of looks over at Langston, and a mirror cracked reflects the gilded eye.
Crick, I'll tell you what, I think you and my goddess might be able to have some kind of amicable relationship here in the near future. You are deciphering her words far better than me.
What can I say?
Langston gets into Jehovah's Witness mode and is just like, can I interest you in the good word, my short little metallic friends?
Stop converting Crick to your goddamn cult, Langston.
It's not a cult. There's no one else has ever followed her other than me. You can't even call it a cult.
Converting him, I said.
Well, I guess you can't have a cult until you have two, but maybe for another day.
God damn it. Worth a shot. I look up. Sorry, Saluna, I'm trying.
But this is all telepathic with our little.
Oh, absolutely. This is me just looking at Crick, and Crick and I look back, just doing like very aggressive hand gestures. We're playing charades.
I'm like putting. Like
back
it
at
was.
the guy who's probably confused. Very special, see.
I'm like putting the pieces to the puzzle together, and I'm like, look at the ring, and it kind of came back to me, and I was like, guys, I think that's Davion's ring who went missing. And as for that idol, it's either Nestor, Lyra's, or Ephron's.
Well, Lyra had the strings. We talked to her.
That's
Didn't we?
And
No,
Ephron,
you're thinking
Somebody had an idol.
Ephron is who you bought
Who
the
am I
mirror
thinking?
from, Luke, and Lyra is, yes, the one who played the harp.
The harp.
So this would have been
It must be
Nestor's idol?
Nestor. Must be Nestor's idol.
But there were 2 or 3 people that we didn't save that day. So the
There
other
was-
one must be
Shadow
the other.
was one of them, right?
Yes.
I didn't even look at shit. Let's go.
Oh, and Dervik.
I think at the end of the day, we need to go into this club.
Shadow was
And
the
these-
one whose name, like, who didn't talk to anybody. He just had a cloak on, didn't he?
Sure did.
Shadow was just wearing a cloak. Can
Yeah.
I inspect what I just bought?
Langston, you put two together as you guys are discussing this out loud, and you notice how that cloak, as it billowed in the wind, looked like a shadow apparating in the air. And as you put it on your body yourself, you feel yourself, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Mischievous like a shadow. Not mischievous, but kind of like sleek like a shadow almost. I don't know how to describe it better than that. But yeah, you definitely are able to kind of imagine that this is possibly that guy's cloak that you just purchased.
Super. It has no magical properties, does it?
No, it certainly does.
Can I roll to see what they might be?
Yeah,
I know we need to see if they're still there, but can I just be like, okay, what's the big deal with this? Because if they said it wasn't marked for the mirror, then I kind of would be like, what's the wavelength we're working with for something that is marked for the mirror?
Yeah, go ahead and make Arcana check.
I am good at this. 22.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you like I said, as you put this on, you'd imagine to really get the full use out of it, you'd have to attune your arcane nature and energy to it. But with this, though, you can feel that it would, in situations if you needed to escape rather quickly, you'd be able to do so. And that's to say that while wearing it, you could take a bonus action to dash, and any opportunity attacks on you would have disadvantage. And also, as you feel it, you can feel kind of this kind of cool, misty energy wafting from it. And you'd imagine that maybe you'd even be able to cast Misty Step from it maybe once a day or so.
Cool.
Metagaming? Not what I thought it was, but still do.
Do you think it was a cloak of displacement? Is that what you thought it was?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Malpeak? Cloak of the Malpeak?
Yeah, Montebank.
Whatever.
Oh,
That's still sweet. Okay, so I'll need to attune to it. I know I'm not attuned to it. I think what I'll do is, since I bought it off the guy, I'll kind of wrap it up very nicely, and just store it in my pack for now, just because I don't want people to the group whose name we still don't know, the nameless, to kind of be like, these guys are hot on our trail. So I'll bundle that up. And yeah, I think once we all collectively put 2 and 2 together, I'll be like, so we're going into the club so we can listen to Chappelle, right?
We're going into the Pony Club, guys.
Fine.
Hey, you know what they say? Good luck, babe. I think we gotta go do it.
Trust me, you'll like it once you're in there.
That's what they all say.
Any of these Chapel Roan puns doing it for anybody?
If I knew her better,
6 to
it would.
midnight.
Oh!
Manto, was there anything else that you were doing or anything as you guys were making your way on over there?
No, I think I got everything I need. What was the official name of this pistol?
It is a laser pistol.
Is it green, blue, purple?
I think it'd probably be
Black.
blue.
Purple.
But yeah, it's just laser pistol is what it's called.
Boom.
A regular laser pistol.
Did you find it?
As I kind of handed this over to you, Manto, I would have kind of given you a wink. We could probably upgrade this on the next trip.
But I love you.
I can make it a +1.
God, I love you.
Rick is busted as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like he's broken? I thought you meant ugly. Yeah.
I would, while we're here, I guess that's 100 gold. I'd get 100 gold worth of materials here to do that.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, spend that for sure then. Wonderful. Yeah. So Langston has that cloak, and yeah, Manto. Yeah, you're kind of checking out that ring that you just bought too. But you guys make your way on over closer to the club, where you guys can hear the thumping music coming from the interior, lights spilling out to the streets outside. And switch you guys on over. There you go. Hey, you guys get closer and closer. Once again, you guys can hear the music thumping, the lights shining bright, and as you guys make your way on over here, as is mentioned to Crick prior, you guys saw, or at least Rampu, you earlier saw the one guy come walking back over this way, and Crick, you saw one actually kind of going behind the building altogether. And with this, let's go ahead and change some music up. Do we have some like bumping music I can play? You guys take it away though.
What is
I would,
love? Baby, don't-
Baby, don't hurt me.
I would mention to everybody the guy that gave the satchel went around the back. Maybe there's an entrance in the back. If we want to go that way. Or we go in the front and see what happens.
Well, I think our cool disguises are working, so I think that if we go through the back, it's gonna be sketchy.
I mean, maybe we go through the front, talk about acquiring some goods from the with the Mia. Maybe they'll know we're interested in seeing. Maybe we can even rescue the three people they took from the Coliseum. And maybe they'll take us to the back to make said purchase. We go from there. Maybe we see Vashir, cause a little mayhem. I'm sorry, my emotions are running high.
So, before we go in here, are we killing Vashir on sight? I need to know.
Yeah, I would also like to know, because if we're running it back, I'm all in, but... Definitely, on a place like this, it might be tough, because he definitely will have allies. Maybe...
Well,
Crick, you're making me rational, and I don't like this.
well, keeping him alive would be a lot more difficult than just killing him. So
But
capturing him would be tougher.
Initiating anything would come back on us rather instantly. Remember, before we were in a neutral playing ground, right now we're in their neck of the woods.
Fair.
This is where the Dark Princess #2 is at beck and call. If we go poking and prodding a bear, it's gonna come back and bite us before we can even. So maybe
Fair.
we.
Yes, but
If we go-
don't forget, I did buy a little invisible dust that can always be used to hide someone or something. So,
I mean, I don't think it's a matter of hiding him. When it's done, I think it's a matter of being able to get him done before reinforcements come.
So,
wait,
so I guess
so
as we go in here,
I don't think any of that was sexual. I think you want it to be.
First, you started that you're gonna go and get some goods. They're gonna take you in the back. Now this whole thing, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I think you might be reading into this one there, Chief.
I don't know.
so I guess the goal is don't pick a fight in here.
I think here, no. For now,
What is?
I'll look at Crick and like put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "We're on the same page for now." And just
what if we
give him,
convince
there
him?
could be a time.
What if we convince him to come to our ship because we want to do business with him and sell him some stuff? We have to come up with something cool enough that he'd want to come to our ship, and we kill him there.
Wait, didn't we picked up a black obsidian, like an obsidian? What's the word? Spelljammer,
Okay.
You guys
No,
sold
we
that.
didn't we?
Oh,
No, but I'm saying we picked it up and it was on the ship that was taken from them. Like that they tried to jump us, we whomped them, and we found their spelljammer.
Yeah, and then you guys sold that.
Right, but I'm saying, what if we like use that as an allure to be like, hey, would that be something that was maybe originally meant? We could use that as like a bargaining chip. and then that'd be like a
Oh yeah, no,
big
they
ship
don't know
that's
we sold it.
far too big to just be, carrying around.
Or what if we just?
Are we all on the
infiltrated
mental
their
touch
ship?
from Manto? Are we
It's
all
right
in?
now.
Okay,
Yeah, and
so
it's
all
five,
four of us.
it's 5 people.
Okay, so
And
it's
so-
us 4 plus one on the ship. Okay,
Flinch.
so maybe we just head in, and if shit goes down, we have an internal conversation. But I think we should try our best not to start a big fight.
Well, what do we
Even
wanna
Crick
learn
air
from
quotes
him?
big.
Is the question, because we do want to infiltrate them too. We're also looking for our allies. So
What
we should
their
figure out
organization
what
is
we want.
called, I feel like needs to be the first thing because we still don't know.
Right.
I think we go in here, and I look at Langston. We see if the 3 that they took are here. And I look back to their general crew. We find their name, and we find maybe how to get past any defenses for the mirror. Because if we ever do want to go there, I don't feel we can just attack it. Because we have the coordinates, right?
Yep.
They're in the ledger, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely.
I think those are our big 3. See if the people are here that they took. See if we can find their name, and see if we can find any way to infiltrate. Because, again, what was it? Some who trade in shadows seek light still. There might be an unknown ally in here. Maybe it's Bashir.
I'll look at Craig and be like, you see that man smile no matter what comes his way. If it's him, I will give you 100 gold pieces if he's the one.
While all this bickering has been happening, I would have just done my typical and just slither away and see what's going on in the club.
We are making a game plan.
Manta, you're going in?
Yep, but, chameleon carapace, all that jazz. I'm looking for stairs as well. See if there's like an upstairs to this club.
Okay, I mean, so before you guys go in then, did you... Yeah, sure, okay. So you go ahead and you can go up these stairs right here in front of you. And, oops, let me go ahead and do something real quick. Drag you on over.
Before we go into the next scene, I just tighten up everybody's disguise, right? Like I kind of like shimmy down Langston's shirt for the shmee look. I twist Rampu's mustache a little bit, just to kind of like extra grease it from my fingers. And I just double check that my fucking visor's down so no one can know me.
Alright, and you follow in right behind Manto.
I don't know, is that what we're doing?
I guess let's go for it.
Alright, as you guys begin to walk into the club, you're greeted by a lit hallway, thumping music, a couple people walking out of a bathroom, beginning to walk back into like this kind of club-like area. Wait, where did that just go? And yeah, you guys are free to begin to walk on in if you'd like. You're greeted in the hallway by a gentleman, an elvish kind of gentleman, collar up, giving you a big old smile. Hey, welcome to the Nightmare. Hope you're ready to have yourselves a lovely evening of debauchery and dancing. Oh, I love dancing. And he looks over at Rampu. You look like, with your scarf and your mustache and everything, you look like a man who loves to dance as well. Do you not?
And in my head, I'm like, God damn it, I hate dancing. The character loves dancing. Start working my thing.
Well, let me give you all a stamp.
Take it away.
Come here. And he, as you guys begin to walk on up, he holds up this kind of device that shoots like kind of this laser down onto your guys' wrist, where it leaves a little mark there, kind of like a circular kind of mark. He's like, there you go. You'll be free to come in and out now if you'd like. And please, have yourselves a night. And he gestures on down the hallway for you guys to go on in.
And I was like, and I just jump in like, thank you. And I'm like Ace Ventura when he walks into that club. He's just like jumping around the metal club.
Yeah. Cannibal Corpse playing.
Yep.
Incredible. Yeah, so you guys begin to go on in then. Take it away.
I would be jumping around, dancing, looking everywhere. But as I'm jumping around, making my way around the club, I would try to see if I can spot the people we're here to save. The three victims.
Yeah, well, guys, you're in the hallway currently, so why don't you make your way into the dance floor, to the tavern, to the bar area.
Wow. And I go, hold on. Reload my sheet. You need some like D&D techno for this.
Yeah, I wish I had some. I was just considering bringing my synth out here and just playing something real quick.
Is this a wall?
You see it? Manta just went into the door. Yeah, you see doors right there, correct?
Oh, it's just wall and doors. Okay. Oh shit!
As
Quick
guys,
just kind of fucking walks in and he like checks his like his armor and the flashers and all the things to just make sure that hypnotic pattern did not just go off in here. And he goes, okay. This guy looks around.
as you guys
Starts
walk on
fucking
in,
bumping.
you see rays of colorful lights swirling around on this dance floor in here. All sorts of species and creatures enjoying themselves, having drinks, dancing, a good time. As you guys look over, you see a stage, kind of raised metal stage. On the stage, you see a elven woman dancing. She's got a black collar around her neck. And you see she's got this big smile on her face as she dances to the tunes, filling this space as Rampu, before he has a drink, is already wasted, trying to find his way into the club. And
I sure am.
behind the bar, you guys see a figure in a white mask with horns, with a kind of smile, a grimace, a very familiar mask that you guys have seen before.
Super.
So as we walk in here, everybody's gonna do their thing. I'm gonna start to ritually cast detect magic. So like I walk up. I'm assuming this is like a strip club. There's like seats like there and a little
Yep.
bar, and you know I'm gonna start doing my little hand gestures under to do ritual cast detect magic as I see this dancer with a black collar to is there magic, and then while I'm doing this, just kind of being like, is this a safe space for you? Are you here upon your own free will, as everybody else can do what they do, but because that's gonna take some time.
As Crick, you go on up to the front right there and go underneath the table and start doing your kind of somatic kind of movements, your hand gestures down there. The lizard folk behind, like, kind of walks behind you. You hear a hissing sound in your ear. Hey, buddy, this is not the kind of place for that. He kind of looks down at you. Oh, sorry, I thought you were. Never mind. And he begins to back up away from you. Awkward. And he watches from the corner of his eye as Crick is just down there with intense.
with the it's down. I look at him and it goes up and down real fast like a fucking chomp, and then it just kind of goes back to where I'm doing.
As Crick is originally casting the spell, you guys, this will take him about 10 minutes to do. Does anyone else in this moment do anything else?
I'm gonna say to everybody, and I'm gonna just say in my head, be like, can I fuck with the bartender a little bit? I'm not gonna give us away, but I wanna see something. And I think I'm gonna go over to the bartender, and I'm gonna just ask if I could get like 4 of like the house special drinks that they have, and just see what he says.
Looks at you and looks around. Yes.
Are they like drink specials you guys offer?
Yes, of course. Do we want some of this, the Whisper wine? Or maybe maybe some of the Blood Brew Ale?
Ooh, Blood Brew sounds fantastic. May I please get 4? Also, do you ever just wonder how exciting it would be to die? Because I know how these guys have operated, where they all just look forward to dying. I just want to see if he like twitches or loses it for a second.
Look at you. Whoa, if I was to die, how could I feel pain? I live for the pain.
Yep. Pain really gets you going, doesn't it? It's like life's aphrodisiac.
Hey, you, over there! Oh, sorry. He looks over at Crick as he thinks he's doing something. Never mind.
No.
Yes.
What the? Alright, we said no. Oh, no, you're right. He got me too. Okay.
We,
Diversion.
we find, I'm sure, someone like yourself in a place like this find pleasure in pain and darkness. Do you not?
Oh, who doesn't? And I'll just like, someone's smoking a cigar next to me, I'll take it out of their mouth and just like shit on my, just to prove the point. I'm like,
It's actually a pipe. No, so he's you're
Also
smoking-
works.
Yeah, he looks at you. It's like, very well, very well. He kind of pushes over the blood brew ales in front of you. It's like, enjoy the evening. And as you begin to pick him up, he slaps you on the hand real quick. That one's on the house.
there will be one coming back to the house in the near future. I'll take him and walk away.
Turns and starts fixing up another drink.
I'll go to just where everyone is at and just like, if they're huddled, I'll distribute, but if not, then I'll just like hand one off, hand off another, and as I do, you'll just hear in your head be like, yeah, nope, same sick fucks as always. Yeah, no, still love pain, still love dying. They live for it.
Kind of ironic.
Anyway, here's some Bloodborne ale.
Thanks.
Yeah, drink out of it.
Yeah, got a free. I see Crick doing something, and I'll like go to hand to him. I'll be like, I'm just gonna set this on the floor for whenever you're done doing what you're doing, buddy. This is
Just
look like-
manically fucking moving it. I'm like lighting candles and shit under this little bar tab.
Put in the experiment. You know what? You got it.
I run up those stairs to my right.
Yeah. Mantos looks around the corner, sees a stairwell right there, and runs on up to them. And as he makes his way on in there, you notice that there's like a kind of a lounge area up here, a long table, a couple couches, a pool table. Mostly, you see people sitting at this long table. Looks like a bunch of empty drinks and plates, once filled with food. Apparently, they had themselves a feast up here. But sitting on the back couch, you see a very kind of, let me send an image to you guys. A elvish woman, kind of, maybe she might be a drow. You've never really seen a elf with this kind of skin tone before. Black makeup, ears pointy, and hair pulled back tight. She wears these kind of, can we share vision? Sure. Yeah, so you see,
It's lost them.
yeah, she's got also similarly kind of like a all sorts of like leather wraps around her wrist and her neck, and all sorts of jewelry and whatnot.
Yeah, like, I don't notice sheer in here, do I?
As you're looking around, you don't seem to notice Vashir in here.
How's everyone's night going?
You see this massive, maybe 9-foot tall, buzzed head, tattoos adorning him, kind of Goliath. Look over at you. He's like, "Hey, why don't you come join us? We could use another friend." And you see they've got a pitcher in front of them.
I've got one drink in me as I slide the pitcher over my way.
And he kind of snaps over at this the woman kind of walking around. Fill him up, fill him up. And you see she's got comes and walking on over. Similarly, kind of like this kind of necklace and jewelry wrapped around her. Gives you a bit of a smile as she pours your drink, and he looks at her and gives her a bit of a nod. "Thank you very much." And he watches as she walks away and kind of stares at her a bit too long. And kind of looks back at you and gives you a nod.
Since I've got some new friends, let's go around and let's get some names. Starting with you, and I look at the person, like the white person right here, and then just kind of going around the room.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and responds. The name is Brady. And your name is?
My name is Toe Man.
Ha!
Is first name Toe, or is it all one word?
No, it's actually no. That's my first name, Toe Man.
Yes, so one word. What's your last name?
Meisterzer.
Toe Man, powerful stuff. Toe Man, Meisterzer.
Thank you.
He holds up a drink to you, and
Well, thank you. And no, I do not have a toe infatuation. I don't mind sucking on one here and there. Ladies, take it easy.
he kind of gestures over to the Kua Toya across from him. Well, don't be shy. Looks over at you. You see, he's got kind of like a reverse like oxygen tank. He's got like a water tank on his back with tubes that are coming out of it, and they're hooked into his gills. And you see this kind of like splashing water down his sides. And he looks over at you. His name's Flynn. I'm sorry, Finn. Sorry.
Which one is it? Finn Flynn?
Sorry, Finn. Finn Diesel.
Interesting.
And I just
Nice to meet you, nonetheless. How about
Thank
you?
you. Around here, it's all about family.
I wish I could relate. Anyways, we won't get into that story as we're drinking.
Water just squirting down onto his gills.
You're an interesting one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
And it goes over to the orc. He's got these tusks sticking out. They just call me Big Tusk.
I'm the kind of guy. And you, big dude.
They just call me Big Dude.
That's awesome. No, but seriously.
We're brothers.
Shut the fuck
Different
up.
moms though. And dads.
It's one hell of a party.
It's family, okay? We're all family here. And Finn lifts up his glass. To family! And as they all cheer. To family! And the woman in the
What
back
about the ladies?
there. Yes, everyone, I know you're having yourselves an evening over there. Can you keep it down just a little bit? Thank you. If you want to get loud and rowdy, go back to the dance floor. It's kind of.
Are the girls the help essentially?
The one that's standing back here that kind of walked around, she seems to be help, but the other one is just kind of lounging on the couch and seeming like she's not really doing anything like that.
Well, then I would look at the one south of me and be like, "What about you? I didn't get your name."
You didn't ask.
I believe I asked everyone in this room. I feel like as a new friend to you guys, and you guys being new friends of mine, or at least in hopes, I was directing that question to everyone. Maybe I saved the best for last as well. We'll see.
The name is Shira.
The pleasure is mine. And last but not least, the help.
Oh, she kind of looks around and looks back down at Shira. He's kind of waits for something, and she looks back. The name is Kalish.
Alish?
Kalish. Kalash.
A beautiful name. I just want to be able to know who I'm talking to. Well, pleasure is mine, you guys.
She kind of looks. So if you need anything, please let me know. I'd be happy to get it for you.
Alish, thank you very much.
Just kind of stands back over here. Yeah. Should I take it back on over to Crick in this time, Anto?
Yeah, it seemed like a sufficient amount of time
Okay.
right now.
All right, Crick, as you're underneath the table fidgeting around, there are a couple of eyes been looking at you. You've gotten a couple of murmurs in your direction, but you're staring intently at this dancer here who, beautiful smile, just dancing to the music. But you're sensing something from her as you're using your detect magic, and you notice some sort of magic emanating from her necklace, the kind of choker that she has on.
So she's dancing. I would. I'm going to I'm gonna put a stack of like 3 gold coins on the table, really close to me, with my hand kind of directly next to them, like sitting on the ground, and I'm gonna cast kind of like mend on them together to kind of like mend them all together,
Okay.
and mildly with the floor as well, so they're kind of difficult to get up for half a second. I just kind of look at her as I kind of basically just solder 3 cold coins to the fucking
Yeah.
floor here. And I mean, as all this is going, if anybody else is doing anything, like Crick is literally just sitting there with this dancer. So I don't know if anybody's doing anything.
Incredible. You guys watch as a
Rampu is
brown
apparently
dollar falls on
like
the
Terry
ground.
Crews. Like Terry Crews and White Chicks. Like,
yeah.
And you hated dancing. Look at you.
A lizard folk and a kenku, or a kobold rather, not a kenku. You're dancing. The lizard folk first makes his way on over to you and begins to like kind of mimic and do like your kind of moves. They're all like, I'd imagine, just innately Rampu being Dragonborn. It's kind of slithery, his moves, the way he slinks about, kind of reptilian or lizard-like. The lizard folk begins to join you and match your energy and kind of get down in this kind of exotic kind of manner. And the kobold, another kind of reptilian, cold-blooded kind of creature species, sees this kind of dance and begins to get in it as well. As you guys have this circle here now, the 3 of you, these 3 different kind of cold-blooded amphibian like humanoids are all kind of in this kind of almost a tribal like dance currently, as this music is just bumping in here, and it's a scene for sure.
I'm having the time of my life.
Awesome. This woman comes on over to you. Can I get you anything? She's got an empty tray in front of her, in her palms.
Ooh. If you can see me, I forget I have to do the accent. I have a bit of a cold. Well, these dancing boots are not going to moisten themselves. What's the best drink you got?
Oh, the best drink? I mean, how much money you got? We have this one. I mean, it's apparently known across the multiverse. It's called a Stormwreck.
Oh, hell.
You have Stormwreck here. I'll take a round, please.
But here we spell it a little bit differently to not get, impede on any kind of... We don't want to have to pay the guy. We spell it like a soul, S-O-U-L, and then rack like a clothing rack.
It sounds like soul boobs, if you think about it. I like it.
I mean, we are here at the Nightmare Club, and kind of looks on over and sees Crick just kind of like staring at this dancer as she's trying to pick up the coins, and she can't. And he's got these mammalian protuberances just bouncing around in front of him, and she looks back over at you. Yeah, I'll get you a soul rack.
Hooray! And I start dancing again.
As she walks on over back to the tavern, you kind of see her going back over there. You see Rampu, one of these one of these white masked guys come up to the bar and kind of talks to another one as they kind of have a short conversation. And the one from behind the bar walks out, goes back out into the hallway, and turns the corner to the right and disappears, as it looks like maybe it was like a shift change or something like that.
I would then in my mind say to the crew, we got some activity with the white masks. Looks like a shift change or something. Could be good to maybe follow the one changing.
You'll hear back in your head, I'm also dancing, not as like violently, but I'm like getting like a little like shoulder movement in. You'll just hear back, I'm on it. And what I'm going to do is, as subtly as possible, I would like to cast Clairvoyance.
Yeah, sure. Make a sleight of hand check if you want to do it subtly, but yeah, go ahead. Explain.
Can do. I'll take the Crick notion and just get way too into it with my hands and arms like waving all around. Like I try to start like a one-person like side to side, like hey, oh, not to the beat of the song, but still just like trying to make it as subtle as I can. Sleight of hand. Oh boy. You know what? Hell yeah,
Nice.
18.
Very nice. Yeah, everyone's kind of indulging in their own experiences. No one's any wiser to realize that Langston is his dance moves have some sort of magic to them.
So the way this spell works is I can create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to me, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to me. Then I can choose either hearing or sight, and I can kind of switch between the two as like needed as a bonus action.
Sure.
Would I be able to sick the sensor on the masked gentleman who just had the shift change and like put it on him to follow like where he's going?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
Sweet.
Actually, I think it needs to actually... I might actually specifically say that it can't be on a person. It might say that... Remind me. Because I don't want to break the spell.
Such as...
That's the case.
A place you have visited before, or an obvious location that's unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, in a grove of trees. Can choose a sense. A creature that sees the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, just sees a luminous orb about the size of my fist.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I think
Could
just
drop an
the
arcane
place.
eye though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that instead of Clairvoyance. Why did I stack Clairvoyance? Arcane Eye is the same fucking thing. I'll do Arcane Eye instead. I can't do hearing with this, but I can at least see. So I think I'll actually just have the Arcane Eye follow him. And then can just kind of gauge like where he's going, what he's seeing.
Okay, and that's very nice. So you have this, as Langston's dancing around here, he creates this invisible eye that kind of just appears right behind this white masked cultist, following him around the corner and down the stairs. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna share his vision with you guys. So
Shit.
you watch as this eyeball kind of trails behind the cultist here, as he goes on down to this dimly lit stair, this basement down here. He goes around the corner, and you see another cultist, white masked one, kind of walking around, seeming like maybe potentially on like a patrol or something.
Okay.
He gives him a bit of a nod as they recognize each other, and he continues to walk on down the hall. Past him, that is, he goes into this kind of alcove and begins to open up a door. Do you follow him?
Yeah, I'll send the eye in after him.
Okay. He goes on in. He's, oh, thank God. I didn't. Oops, I don't have any light on here. Let me give him a dark vision. He's like, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to last any longer. He goes on in this kind of room. You see, there's a mirror, a trash can, a dim light, and he pushes open a door. And he's like, oh, thank God. And he pushes open the door, and you see he lifts open the lid of a toilet, of a porcelain kind of seat, and he begins to take his pants down, and he sits down on it.
Tremendous.
You got me. You literally made a part of the map.
Hey, you hear this gurgling kind of bubbling sound coming from this area. Actually, with the arcane eye, can you hear anything? You might not be able to hear anything, but
No, I can only see.
and it's probably a good thing that's not arcane nose either, as you can just see the sweat pooling behind his mask. He's dabbing himself from right here, and
His ass is right.
pretty much.
So, and I just like to imagine I like am seeing this through the eye, and I'm giving such good insight. I'm like, boys, there's a whole other like layer underneath this. There are other gods. They're on patrol. Okay, he's going into another room. It looks like he's the only one in here. Maybe he's got special clearances, and that is porcelain, and he's at the toilet. Absolutely, fuck me. He is defecating. Cool. And I'll clap my hands together and be like, how's Crick doing?
How's Crick doing? We'll bring it back to that in a second.
God damn it. It's me that's got me.
That's great. So I guess so we're all like all this is going on, and he does that, and Crick just goes, "Well, you may have found your number 2, but I think I may have found my number 2. I'm working on an ally, and I have these coins. It's like it's a stack of coins soldered together with my hand underneath them. Like I'm kind of like holding them tight, just waiting for her to pick them up."
Yeah, she kind of is continuously dancing. The music's still playing and whatnot. She sees you holding that out there. She kind of just gives you like a nod. Thank you. And she keeps on dancing. She kind of gives you a bit of attention to show you that she recognizes that you're trying to tip her, but in the middle of a song. She dances for a little bit longer until it comes out to a crescendo and then ends. And everyone kind of gives a bit of a clap. She gives a bit of a bow, and she goes and leans over and tries to grab these coins from you. I appreciate all the attention and the gold, of course. Is this for me? And she's trying to pull it, and it's not coming up.
It's like I imagine like she goes to pull it, and like she goes down like half an inch to like, and she kind of focuses on me again. Like, what the fuck is this creeper doing? And Crick just kind of looks at her and goes, "Do you do private sessions?"
She looks at the gold. Anything for a price. You hear kind of like a shakiness in her voice as she says that.
With the shakiness, Crick, his whole demeanor kind of changes, and he stops looking at her, and he looks directly at necklace. And he's looking at her necklace, and he's talking to her, and just goes, yeah, maybe together we can sort something out. And he's just staring at her necklace.
She looks at you and, actually, let me do this private. Let's see. As you're kind of staring at her necklace and looking down, she pulls her shirt up back like this. If you'd like to do, I rolled a natural one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
If you would like to go, for a private dance or whatever, we can handle that, but nothing for free. Kind of tightens herself back up.
Crick completely releases the gold, sees that reaction, and he's had his visor down this whole time. He flips his visor up, and she just sees this kind of like, and you know what? No. Hold on. Is that concentration as well? Okay. Crick casts disguise self on himself to make him look like, because she's kind of like a half elf.
Yeah.
Like a young half elf. To make himself look like a young half, like kind of be like similar to her.
Sure.
Very friendly eyes. Very just friendly. It goes up. He looks at her. Just this beautiful man. And it's just, yeah, let's go back and I would love to get to know you.
Sure. One song, and then if you'd like to do more, you can pay more. We can work something out. But she kind of looks at you again as you put the visor back down. Follow me. She takes your hand and leads you away.
Yep. Visor up this whole time. Just stunning, like Legolas look. It's just beautiful.
Nice.
Crick is handsome Squidward.
Yep. Exactly.
As Crick and this dancer leave this area, Rampu still shaking and grooving. You maybe notice them leaving hand in hand. Langston as well, possibly, yeah.
I look over for the bartender and my soul rack. So, yeah.
That's right.
Gotta go, lady.
That's right. She's like, sorry, it's like 20 drinks in one. I'll be right there. And she kind of waits for the server to finish, and you can tell how annoyed he is. No one ever fucking orders these. And he's pouring them away. Finally, she makes her way back on over with the drink. And you see she's like, both forearms underneath the tray, she's holding this massive tankard of a beverage. One soul rack for you.
Great. How much does that run me, darling?
It's a lot of drink in there. This is 8 gold pieces for one of these.
Ooh. Well, here is 8, and here is 2 for yourself, and 2 for the bartender, because I know these are tough to make.
Thank you. Yes, he'll appreciate that. And you see a little wave from the corner back over in your direction from the bartender.
And I look back at my amphibian friends. Say, well, bitches, this soul rack's not going to drink itself.
You see, they're like tongues going around their lips like a cartoon, like ready to just dive into that thing. And the one of them pulls out his own straw. The turtles. We gotta remember the turtles. As he pulls out a metal straw and he begins to slurp it down.
I love turtles. And I have my own straw as well, because I'm always ready. I start sucking down.
Incredible. They look over each. So, where are you from? We've never seen you around here before.
Oh, well, old friends. My name is Rampu McGaggins, son of Rambleek the Damp, who hails from the swampy boglands of Milbred Marsh, where your boots squish before you even step in them. Oh, it's so wet, so wet. I was born under a cursed full moon and a mildly upset stomach. Knowing that Rampu was destined for greatness.
The lizard folk looks back at you.
Probably upset
How wet were these marshlands?
Ooh, you have no idea, old chap. And I dry myself off. I don't know what I'd do with my handkerchief. It's gone, but
Incredible. He looks at, that's incredible. Wow. Jealous. Marshlands like that. Wow. Well, anyways, he starts to dance again, and he takes another sip out of your drink.
and as we finish the drink, and I notice that they start to get drunk, I would start asking more questions about, the club and particularly the people in the white masks and stuff. It's like, so tell me, how long have you guys been coming here? This fantastic place.
Well, make our way over to the exchange whenever, you need to get a quick fix. Get yourself, and once again he licks his lips around like a cartoon and kind of gives you a double-eyed wink. A fix.
I totally get what you mean. I have no idea what he's talking about. Now, I see this place is run by quite the tribe of people. Look at what are these masks the security people are wearing? And I point to the white mask people.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a theme, I guess. I don't know. Some of the women sometimes wear them too.
The ladies wear the masks. Ooh. You know what they say about a lady that has to wear a mask?
No,
I don't know. I'm asking. Do you know what they say? Anyways,
looks around. He's trying to think of something real quick. I got nothing.
Okay, you can blame the Stormwreck. It's quite well made. Now, so you say the ladies wear them, but what does it mean? What does these masks mean? Are they some kind of group?
I mean, around here, the exchange, all these businesses are run by some sort of group, one or another, and whatever they make their money, I'm sure they funnel it through, and got some sort of hired up that takes it all. And I don't know. Like I said, we just kind of come here to have some fun. We don't ask any kind of questions like that. But they're definitely, I don't know. They definitely answer to someone. Who that is, I don't know. Probably that. And the kobold will chime in. Well, no, you guys have seen him before. The guy with the black hair, kind of sickly, skinny guy. He comes around and he's the one that collects the due, and he speaks to that one woman.
Do you remember his name, perhaps?
No, he's not in it for the And once again, he licks his lips around like in a full 360 circle.
Yes. I'm like, I have no idea.
And they're like, well, yeah, I don't know. They got their own thing going on. That guy, he comes in with some woman, and she leaves by herself, maybe with a couple of bags sometimes. I don't know. I don't ask anything.
And this woman he comes here with, does she happen to be here tonight?
Kind of looks around. Not that I've seen.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you do happen to see this sickly black-haired man or his lady, let me know. Perhaps the five of us can have a little fun. And if you know what I mean, and I do the same thing that he did to me, but I'm like...
See, fun sounds fun. Okay, just gives you a nod.
and I have no idea what I just agreed to, but great. And I just keep dancing.
You keep on dancing. You guys watch as another kind of woman makes her way to the stage as well, and we're gonna as she begins to take her dance to the next song, we're gonna shift back over to Manto in the other room real quick.
And no, I would tell the group too, like, should watch out for a black-haired man. Don't know his name. Apparently, kind of sickly looking. Comes in here with a lady. They might run things around here.
Sounds like Bashir.
Yeah, that does sound like him.
Just
So
a note.
I imagine that drinks will be flowing, and we're all laughing, ha ha ha, and I just kind of leave them. Like, all right, y'all been a good time. I guess I'm just gonna head back down. I was just being nosy, seeing what was up here. You guys go by like a formal group name?
Us?
Yeah.
I mean, we never really been. We have a group name or something? Kind of looks around, and Finn stands up. It's family.
Yeah, I figured. Thanks, Finn. You're real doozy.
Looks at you.
And so I would.
And he looks back over at you real quick, Manta, before you leave. There's always room for family.
It's just me, so I'm okay. I like me.
All right.
Actually, I got my own, I guess, quote unquote, I would hold up my 4 arms, and they all do air quotes, extended family. Just a bunch of my friends, really. But I mean, I guess I could squeeze family in as my side family too. You're like, I don't know, it was odd. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I would go over to Shira, who's giving me some stank, but I was oddly into it. I would take her hand and give it a little kiss, and then the rest of the family. It was a pleasure. Kalish, don't work too hard, all right? If I need anything, I know where to find you. Shoot her a double eye wink, and head on downstairs.
As you begin to say that, or walk out there and say that, you hear Finn shout one more time. People like that will come and go, but the most important thing in life will always be the people in this room, right here, right now. Salute me, familia. He holds up his drink and
I would hear that, and I'd come back and I'd be like, one last one, gotta go.
Clanking of glasses as they pour over as Manto makes his way out of there back into the club room. At this point, this is about when you see Crick hand in hand walking out with the dancer, leading him down the hallway. Actually, you would not recognize Crick immediately, as he is looking like a beautiful half-elven man. Right, Crick? Probably not full recognizable.
I would say the armor he might recognize, but the face it's not Crick. But it's like, who the fuck else would have that amazing armor at a solid?
Nah,
one?
I would just see like kind of like the guy walking behind the girl out of the club. I'm like, hey, good for you. I'm looking around. I'm still not seeing what I want to see, so I do pop out of here. See them go into a room. I'm like, huh, that's pretty cool. And then I just kind of start. I feel like the door at the end of the hall seems of the most importance, so I like kind of get my chameleon carapace ready. I'm like, let's do this. And I would.
Yeah, you begin to go on down the stairs, and Langston, you watch as Manto sneaks around the corner and goes on that way.
Yep. I would let Manto know in his head, because he's going down the way the guard went, right?
Correct.
I would let him know and be like, Manto, just a heads up. I got the Arcane Eye down here. There are some guards in this general area. So, you know, tread lightly. I'm currently surveilling one once he's done fucking blowing it up in here.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a bathroom down here. That's good to know.
Yeah, there's certainly... Oh, you don't smell that when you open the door. That's crazy. I feel like I can smell it through the eye up here.
Well, I think once I get down there, it might be a different ball game.
But just, you know, go oh so carefully. If you want me to continue surveillance rather than putting yourself in jeopardy, I have no problem doing that because they can't see it. I don't know, there are some other rooms up here if you want to explore those.
Keep it up. This door seems of importance.
Thank God speed. Or God's speed.
Also, Langston, you still have the eye downstairs and viewing through it?
So, yeah, also, are there, like, keyholes on these doors, or are they completely solid? Because if there's, like, a keyhole that's, like, an inch wide, I can technically move the eye through it. Am I just stuck in here?
No, you can move it, I believe.
Okay, so I'd like to move it around, out of the restroom. I can only see the restroom still, so I'm kind of, you know, stuck in here.
I got you.
But, I'd like to move the eye back into the hallway, and kind of see, like, I saw the one hallway leading down into this alcove, but see, more so, like, up in this, oh, cool, I have the token. I'm gonna move it, like, up here, and try to squeeze it into this door here. If I have to, like, open the door to, like, check in, but just kind of see, like, go take it room to room and squeeze through the keyholes. Be like, what am I working with here?
Langston, as you squeeze the eye on into here, you realize it's like kind of like a rectangular metal kind of caged kind of device. And you look up and you see there's like a chain connected to the top of it.
Okay, so I'm
like
getting,
some sort of lift.
This is lift or like a prison cell?
Like a lift, like an elevator.
Okay, that's good to know. Can I tell, does it go up or down?
Up is the direction from where it's currently situated, yep.
Okay, that is good to know. Can't really interact with that because floating eye. I'm gonna keep on meandering down the hall to this other door in this alcove right here, see what's in here.
Yeah, you pop on in here. You see this is some sort of like auxiliary kind of room. You see a couple sets of valves, like steam kind of valves, some sort of like arcane battery or energy source with wires connecting to it. Sense this like kind of humming energy, and then there's like a control panel that has a bunch of switches and knobs and levers on it.
All right, that is good to know as well. I'll just kind of make a note of that, be like, this might be what powers the place. We'll go from there. Gonna keep on moseying down the hallway.
So
I'll see this guard here.
Yeah, you see this guard. He's standing like in front of like a doorway that's right behind him, and then you see another door right here and one to the north beside that one as well.
I will squeeze into the one next to this guard first and foremost, see what he's like kind of holding down in here, and just like pop in, see what I see.
Yeah, as you squeeze the eyeball into this space, you see a dimly lit kind of office space, leather chair, wooden desk, kind of cabinetry, and then you see sitting behind the wooden desk, a sickly, thin man with long black slicked back hair, a maniacal smile on his face, kind of looking over some papers and dealing with things.
Cool. I recognize this man.
You certainly do, as Vashir.
Alrighty. I'm gonna pocket that for now. I'll see him and just go, in my head, you guys won't hear any context. You'll just hear, oh, absolutely fuck me, and I'll just slide the eye out of the door. Close that up. And then I'll check the other two. I'll check the one directly next to it first.
You look on in here, you see that there's a all sorts of kind of like stored goods, kind of shelving unit and kind of barrels, seeming like containing some sort of they're kegs in the corner.
Electric.
Yeah.
We're good.
Say barrels
Kegs.
with liquid in them. Yeah, they're kegs.
Again, no context is gonna hear. They're gonna hear. Oh, more bloodborne ale. All right. This is the storage area. Cool. And then I'm gonna check this door last.
Okay, yeah. As you make your way on into here, you notice a white masked kind of gentleman walking back and forth in this area. Down here, it looks like there's kind of another kind of setup, maybe like a private kind of dance floor or event kind of area, but it's in kind of ramshackle status currently. And on each side of the stage, where they have some instruments and whatnot set up there, you notice there's some metal cages with a humanoid in each. Well, there's 3 metal cages that you notice, and there's 2 humanoids in them, one on each side of the stage.
Is there a dwarf in one of them?
There certainly is.
Okay. So, one of them I can assume is Dervik. Because I think Dervik was the dwarf who was taken. And then what is the what's the other humanoid? What race is he?
They seem to be like a half elf or some sort of elf or whatever. Whoever's got TV on in the background, can you turn that down or mute yourself?
I think that's the music person.
I think it's Carlos.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
I muted Carlos.
Sorry.
Okay. So I'll see that and be like, okay. I can't remember their names. I remember it was Dervik, Shadow, and who was the other one?
Davion.
Davian. Yeah. So that's either Davian or Shadow. Okay. I will see that, and then I'll slide the eye out back into the hallway. And I think it's time for my formal report to everybody, and just kind of run through everything I've seen thus far with the eye, and just kind of, I know everyone's off doing their own thing, but I'm gonna report to everyone and just let them know. There is a room with a lift. There is a control panel room. There is a room with more kegs. Yeah, party can stay going. Soul racks for everybody. I believe I found 2 of our missing friends from Garadia who got kidnapped. Oh, and lastly but not least, Vashir's here. As we speak. He's on the premise. He's in a room by himself right now. And, Manto, you are heading right down towards him. So, maybe hold before you keep going. Because if one god comes, then Vashir will come, and we know what happened when we were there. I don't know if we want to kind of go in like that.
We
So I feel
shouldn't
like
let
if we're
them know we're here yet.
I would agree. So, Manto, if I might ask, I know it's your bread and butter. Hold tight.
Just hide at the bottom of these stairs.
Whatever works for you.
Well, it's really whatever works for the group. Well, whatever worked for me, I'd be in there.
Yeah, I don't. The last time we got separated, people almost died.
I feel
So
like if we're
go.
dealing with Vashir, that's kind of inevitable.
Let me see if I can find a back entrance as I'm looking at this beautiful half elf.
As she's twerking right in front of you, you say back entrance.
So, what'd you say?
Yeah, Crick, as she's dancing in front of you after giving her some gold, and she's like, "There's one song, of course, do more if you like, but this will get you one song."
I would probably pour another like 50 gold just kind of out on the floor, and
That'll get you an hour.
actually, that might be too long actually. I kind of offer this guy.
Kind of looks you up and down. I had a feeling.
That's fair, but I kind of look at her. I look into her eyes, and I look at her collar, and I go, "You're not here on your own accord, are you?"
Kind of looks at you up. Sure, I am. Again, kind of a shakiness in her voice.
Even though she says that, what would you do to the people that keep you here? And with that, I lift my gaze up to her eyes.
She kind of, I don't know. They're my bosses. I kind of looks at you again. Is this a test?
I don't test. And with that, I would kind of move towards her really fast. Like she's obviously dancing around. She comes to me, go up close. I put my hand directly on her shoulder, and I cast Dispel Magic on her collar.
As you reach up and begin to cast the spell magic, the arcane energy leaves your fingertips and create these like, kind of waveforms in the air, these kind of invisible vibrations that shake the collar until it just snaps off of her neck and falls down to the ground. And she looks around as she feels her neck, looks around and looks at you and looks at what she's doing. Just, what? Just kind of like rubs her temples. She looks back at you. Am I free?
And with that, the hand comes down on the shoulder, like mildly tough, like it's a firm grip on her shoulder. And Crick looks at her directly. The facade of the young elf fades, and she just sees Crick's face, and looks at her, and she's embracing all this, and Crick just stares right into her eyes. You can choose. You're free, or you can fight for your friends.
She begins to question this and about to say something. We're going to change it real quick to back downstairs. Langston, with the arcane eye, as you're observing still through this, observing kind of the hallway down there where the one guard is out front of Vashir's door. In this kind of moment, the door flies open where Vashir is inside of his office, and he kind of looks around quickly around the corner, and you see he grabs the cultist's shoulder and points him down to the stairway in kind of a very aggressive kind of manner.
Oh boy. I'll send that to everyone and be like, Vashir's out of the office, he's pointing the god upstairs, something's up, Manto, get out of there, come back upstairs now.
Or I can play the sneaky game.
He seems tilted. He does not seem happy. Did one of you guys do something?
I would like, I'm staring at the girl, and she just sees me kind of look off to the side and close my eyes, and I go, I may have just triggered him. I released one of his prisoners.
Oh boy. Okay, well he's definitely on to us then.
And then I kind of look. So with all this going on, I'm assuming like it just fell off her.
Yeah, completely.
So I kind of pick it up, and I look at her and I go, he's coming. You can run, or you can play our game. And I kind of like, I'm like holding the collar open, and I just look at her and go, trust me.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh, hell.
We'll see what happens then. One thing I will just add before, just in case I forget prior next time, Manto, you would hear as you're standing at the footsteps or the bottom of the steps, the shouting of Vashir also, and kind of running in your direction.
Noted.
Beautiful.
Hooray!
I know we ran.
Oh shit!
Fun times. I know we ran over just a little bit, but yeah. Anything to add before we call it a night, guys?
Good times.
When are we
No.
playing again? That's awesome.
I'm pretty around this week. Let me know.
I'm around all day if we want to do a shorty, but it's up to you guys.
Sounds good. We'll leave it up to the two young guys who are busier
Figure it
than
out.
us.
Press life!
That's right. Well, thank you all for playing. Thanks to everyone for watching. I hope you guys, all the fathers out there, and Johnny, have a great Father's Day. And we'll
Thank
catch
you.
y'all next time. Yeah, take a nice long rest and look out for those goblins upstairs. Adios. Peace.
Later, guys.